Fire Board of Directors, I want to say, we got your back. Who has my back? If you don't know, some 80 contracts in New York State and NYSDA contracts are opening up for bargaining this year. First time since the pandemic. We learned a lot of lessons from the pandemic. We learned that maybe, just maybe, nurses, waitresses, retail staff, drivers are maybe more important than lawyers, accountants, and bean counters. We learned that decades of cuts to staffing, no matter what they call it, lean staffing, just-in-time staffing, staff challenge, it all left us unprepared, unsafe, and unpurported. Over 60% of our members contracted COVID. We had to take to the streets all over New York State to beg for PPE. Nurses were wearing garbage bags for PPE in some parts of the state. Nurses were afraid to go home to their families. When confronted with the crisis, nurses rise. We do what we do. We confront the crisis head on. We will not allow a poorly prioritized budget to force us into delivering substandard and, yes, dangerous care. We will not allow bean counters, accountants, and corporate lawyers to define our work anymore.
That's right. That's right.
We know they're going to cry poor. We know where they're going to say we don't have the money. We know they're going to say staffing, we can't do anything about it. There's a shortage. But you know what? Your budget reflects your priorities. If you have poor staffing, but you got some pretty ass windows, that tells you all you need to know about your staffing. We saw that while the world, including some of the people who will try to define our work, were at home doing Netflix and chill and learning how to bake bread during the pandemic, we put our scrubs on every day and came to work. We saw the administration come up with money for these traveling nurses. We saw them able to shut down services when they needed to. I'm so glad that CWA is here with us today. You know, I don't know how it was growing up in your neighborhood, but I grew up the youngest of 7 in Niagara Falls, and you know what? You don't get to pick a fight with one member of the family. You get the whole damn family. You get the whole damn family. So later today, we're going to open up our contract, and we'll be putting the bosses on notice. We will not accept the pandemic staffing as new normal. We will not allow you to take things back to pre-COVID, where we'll just be waiting for the next crisis to hit. We're going to build a workplace and a profession that is stronger than ever and can weather whatever the future holds. We're willing to fight for these things because they are right and just. And when we fight,
we win!
When we fight,
we win!
Thank you. Next up is Mary from CWA.
All right.